Hey guys, it's Alicia from Arrow 404. Welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be doing another A Day in the Life video. Our guest this week is Vadim Brodsky, who is a software developer from WiseTech Global. A big thank you to Vadim for joining us in this interview. So without further ado, let's get to the video. So as a software developer at WiseTech, what is your typical day at work?
Well, I guess it starts off by arriving at work, having some breakfast. We get free breakfast at WiseTech, it's amazing. Then reviewing what needs to be done for the day, the basics. Then we have a stand-up meeting, so our whole team gets together. We talk about the problems we need to overcome today, who's working on what, and give our estimates on when things will be done. After that, pretty much the whole day is just addressing the problems which are at hand and, working together, doing reviews, committing our code to our master branch.
Oh. Would you describe what qualifications or experiences have led you to your current role?
Yeah, so I did the Bachelor of Science in IT here at ETS, and that pretty much straight away transitioned into my current role at WiseTech. I was actually hired while I was in my final year of ETS, and I think the skills I learned while studying here at ETS pretty much led me to apply for WiseTech and them hiring me.
Nice. What skills or talents do you think is essential to become a successful software developer?
That's a good question. So you'd have to be able to, let's say, think outside the box and be able to learn new things. And be open to learning new things. Because IT changes all the time. So new things get developed, new technologies emerge out of nowhere, industries get disrupted. And if you're not open to change and you're not open to learning new things, you will never succeed in IT and software development. And that's what most companies nowadays are looking for. They're looking for people who can think outside the box, who are willing to embrace change.
What do you find most enjoyable from being a software developer?
Creating things that have never existed before. So in a lot of industries, maybe like, marketing or law, whatever, it's already established, everything's established, you need to follow the process over and over again. Boring. IT, someone has a problem, we need to solve that problem, we deliver something to them which changes their lives. And that's what I love about it.
What about the challenges that you face and how do you overcome these?
One of the biggest challenges in IT is quality versus speed. So something needs to be done very fast because there's a deadline, someone needs it ASAP, but we also want to deliver a high quality product. So those two things need to be kept in balance, because if you do one or the other, then you'll have a problem. Something that's high quality but never gets shipped, problem. Something gets shipped but breaks the next day, even bigger problem.
So I guess there should be a balance between the two.
Absolutely. And how we overcome them? Well, at WiseTech, we have a saying which is slower today, faster forever. Which means they would rather spend more time now doing things properly and it always working in the future than doing something fast and then fixing it and fixing it and fixing it and fixing it in the future. So for us, most of our projects are done that way without strict deadlines, but still like a time frame when they need to be completed. And our management understands if the quality is not met, we'll have to extend the deadlines.
What type of ethical issues would be encountered by people working in this field?
Ethical issues, IT and ethics. Mainly customer data. So as an IT professional, you're most likely going to be working with customer data, either in the server backend or form inputting on the front end from the clients. That data needs to be safely parsed, safely stored, and you need to make sure that nobody can access that data who's not supposed to, right? Don't store passwords in plain text, guys. So that's the number one ethical issue which every IT company faces. As an IT professional, you need to think, can my code be abused to get other people's data? And try to overcome those challenges by maybe talking to seniors and saying, hey, I'm not sure, I'm dealing with customer data here. Is that all right? Can you please check over my code? Simple things like that help, and they help quite a lot.
What about the career development? What does it look like for a software developer?
It really depends on the company, in all honesty. So the majority of companies, I've only worked in one, but the majority of companies where grads end up in offer a graduate role, so it's usually like a lower level, like a junior graduate or associate developer. Then you work your way up to software developer, then senior developer, maybe a team lead, maybe something even more. At WiseTech, for example, we offer internships for summer programs for year 11 and 12 kids, for example, and then we have a grad role, then we have software developer and senior software developer. Afterwards, it's up to you really. You can just stay as a software dev forever and just get more and more money as you keep staying there, or you can transition into more of a team lead, project manager kind of role, which is something what I'm currently trying to do. So I'm managing my own project, my own small team of 3 people, and that's where I'm trying to get in my career.
Nice. What type of companies do you think offer the best opportunities for graduate software developer?
That's a very good and hard question in all honesty, because as I said, I only worked in one WiseTech. Otherwise, there's a lot of companies which are putting in a lot of money into the next generation of IT professionals. Companies, of course, such as Google, Freelancer, Atlassian, Macquarie, AWAP, I don't remember their name. Anyway, some bank somewhere, stuff like that. If you look up the BIT program, the BIT co-op program, there's a lot of companies which put money into that. So those companies are good. Then if you look at NCSS, National Computer Summer School, there's a lot of companies which sponsor that and want like year 11 and 12 kids to become the new generation of IT professionals. So I would 100% go for those companies because they are putting in money into the next generation of IT professionals rather than just like trying to get as much profit as possible from their customers. So they actually care rather than want more people. Make sense?
Yeah. If a graduate is to apply for this role, what is the average entry position salary?
Oof, hard question. I'd say probably around 50 to 60K yearly. That's before tax, obviously. But it really depends on the company and the actual role. So if it's a software developer, the salary would be higher than if you applied for a BA role or if you applied for a UX designer role kind of thing. Because all of these are still part of IT. And you guys are all studying Bachelor of Science in IT, so you can end up anywhere. But if you're doing specifically software development, then it's around 50 to 60K.
What should we do to prepare ourselves for emerging trends and changes in this field?
Excellent question. That is something I'm personally really passionate about. Do personal projects. Create a calculator app, create a website, build an iPhone app of, I don't know, some game. Doesn't matter. Just build something. You have free time. You're in university. You only do like 20 hours a week. So spend your free time building things which interest you from your hobbies. Like if you are into cars, build an app about cars or a website that takes some data from some other servers and aggregates it in some way. It doesn't matter. Because you're going to get the experience of building a piece of software your way, the software you want to do. You don't have any external stakeholders, no deadlines, nothing. Just do it your way. And then when you apply for a company, they look at this stuff. They look at it a lot. For example, I've been in interviews. I've done interviews for grad roles. And I always look at what personal projects have these people done. If they've only gone through 3 years of uni and nothing else, well, less likely than someone who has built 10 different apps and went for hackathons, applied for internships at Google multiple times, etc. Those things matter. So that's my number one recommendation. Build stuff.
What is the best way to obtain a position that will get graduates started in this occupation?
Best way to obtain a position? Every year there's a careers fair at UTS where a bunch of companies come in and say, hey, we want grads, come to us. Go there, check them out. Otherwise, always keep an eye out for any listings online, so you can check sites like Glassdoor or Seek, etc. They have listings for internships, grad roles, etc. But yeah, if you're interested in a specific company, like if you really loved Google and want to apply to Google, just send me your resume. Like, it's the easiest thing to do, right? Otherwise, I'd recommend also seeking volunteer opportunities. So a lot of companies might not offer you any paid internship experience, but if you don't mind and like what they're doing, like a non-profit organization which you really care about, which is really revolved around your interests, you can always apply for IT positions in that organization and get some experience from that.
Lastly, what advice would you give to students who are seeking to qualify for this position?
I guess I don't want to say anything bad really, but uni is not the most important thing in your life right now. Like, sure, you have to go through it, you have to finish your assignments, get your degree, but you shouldn't just focus on that. You can get a lot more experience from doing other things, not even part-time, full-time work, etc. Just doing things for yourself, by yourself, or maybe with a group of friends, which revolves around IT. That actually will help a lot more, in my opinion, than just sticking to your assignments, because everyone has to do assignments. But if you do more than that, you get noticed a lot more once you apply for jobs in your.
So once again, thanks very much for giving us the time for this interview.
No worries at all. Hope I helped.
That is it from us today. I hope you guys gain a more understanding of the software developer role. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a comment below telling us which career you guys want us to cover next. But until next time, I'm Alicia, signing out.